Hello, hello. Okay, I've got number 2, you've got number 1.
Okay.
Hello, hello. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
Hey, you gonna do this or what? You gotta do it. And keep doing it. Do it big. Bigger. Hit it. Stepping up. Always take the risk. Don't just watch it. Put your phone down and do it. Drip splash like the ice on the wrist. In a position to win. With one hand behind your back.
One now.
Do it blindfolded.
Next.
Do a joint endorsement deal. Say you shouldn't.
Section 43C, no rope swing over canyon dunks.
Like what's happening? Do what they say you can't.
Can you?
Because there are those who don't and those who do. Yes, sir. Let's do.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field
On the track, on the court, in the pool.
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
the officials,
The fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Here we go again. The Wolverines here at the UCCU Center hosting in-state rival Utah State, the Aggies. Both teams on the floor. The Aggies in their navy blue jerseys, white numbers, white trim. Utah Valley in their green jerseys with green trim and green numbers. The tip is on its way up. Utah Valley's going to control it. Neha Sohail getting the nod at start today. Let's go through your starters real quick as we get things started a teeny bit late here. With the ball starting is Maria Carvalho, number 3. Also starting, Eve Braslis, who just got the ball under the basket. Couldn't quite finish, number 14. Also, Neha Sohail, as I said before, number 21. Jordan Holland, number 35. And number 40, Josie Williams for Utah Valley. For the Aggies, we have number 1, Kamalu Kamakavivo Ole. Number 1, also Steph Gorman, number 4. Lindsey Jensen Baker, number 11. Emmy Harris, number 10. And last but not least for the Aggies is number 42, Taylor Franson. Neither team has scored yet. Utah Valley with possession. And again, I'm Kyle Bruder alongside Dylan Harrison for this afternoon matchup. Dylan, thanks again for joining.
Yeah, it's good to be here, Kyle.
Sohail had a lane to the basket, but shot it a little too hard, came flying off the glass, and still no score here.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness by Neha attacking the basket early on. You know, that's going to open up opportunities later on for the outside jumper for her teammates.
Jensen Baker just gets it stolen by Holland. Jensen Baker is averaging 15.5 points so far and leading the way. Great first bucket for Utah Valley coming off of a steal from Holland. The Wolverines hungry for a victory. They've only won one game, currently 1-9 on the season. They have lost 4 straight, the last one at Weber State, where Eve Braslis had a career-high 23 points.
Yeah, she had an excellent game against Weber State. And you know, Utah Valley, like you said, they're hungry for a win. 4 straight losses, whereas Utah State's coming off back-to-back wins. So it's going to be a tough matchup here today. Both teams looking like they're aggressive early on.
Pass inside. Braslis is going to turn and fire, and she is off the mark.
Those are tough. You got to be able to convert on those, especially early on, and get some momentum.
Trap coming in, leaves a wide open 3 on the way, and that is good for number 1, Kamalu Kamakavivo Ole. Utah State takes the lead. They lead 3-2. Carvalho is going to lob it deep into the corner. Braslis doesn't have much she can do with it. A dangerous pass ends up an easy steal by Harris. She'll scoop it up. She is fouled.
Now this last possession, Braslis, she's got to keep her dribble. As soon as you pick up your dribble, you're going to put yourself in a difficult situation, and that's exactly what happened. You know, as we saw Emma Harris just jump that pass out to Carvalho and able to take it down the other way. So Braslis, she's got to know next time, keep your dribble out of that situation in the corner and get a better look.
You know, it's kind of on both players in that scenario where, yes, you don't want to pick up your dribble and get stuck, but as a teammate, you have to recognize if your player does get stuck, you need to go to them, because if there's a good 15, 20 feet between you and the player with the ball, you got to make that a short pass, because you force them to lob it up right in the middle of that passing lane. It's going to be a steal almost every time. So it's just,
I agree. Yeah,
it was a poor decision on both parts.
You know, if you were to look back at that replay, I'm sure Carvalho, didn't really go towards Braslis, right? Instead, Harris was able to jump it. If Carvalho would have been more aggressive going after it, wouldn't have happened.
Utah Valley with the turnover. Utah State leads 5-2. Brantley into the game for Utah State. She'll handle the ball. Kamalu trying to get around Braslis, and the pass inside just kind of slips out and goes out of play. That's going to be off of Aniam Busso.
Yeah, Sohail did a good job right there. Oftentimes you'll want to reach and try to get a steal, right? But she just played good, solid, straight-up defense and was able to, cause a turnover without actually touching the ball herself.
Holland, she's going to just drive in, sweeping across, couldn't connect. But she is fired up. Holland is going to head to the free throw line. She'll get a pair.
Yeah, it's a good sign with Holland, being aggressive early on, attacking the basket, and especially being fired up, like you mentioned. She's a senior. She's the team leader for these Wolverines, and a lot of the energy comes from her on both ends of the floor. So it's good to see her fired up here, ready to go.
They need her to be. And she's got all three make that 4 points for Utah Valley. They trim the lead down to 1. And it looks like the officials are going to be blowing the whistle. You just never know what you're going to get, but both teams with an opportunity to take advantage of fouls. As there's another foul right there. Both teams playing physical and both teams paying for it. So that will be a foul on, I believe it's Neha Sohail, her first personal foul. Gorman kicks the ball out to Franson. Franson, too strong with the left hand. Tough to shoot over Josie Williams.
Yeah, Josie, she's big inside for the Wolverines, and she does a lot of good deflecting shots or altering shots. And so it's tough for opposing teams to get easy baskets on her.
Sohail drove baseline and then just dumped it inside to Brassless. Fortunately, Brassless was able to handle it. It was a dangerous pass, but it worked out. Utah Valley goes back up 6-5. Franson will kick it out. And, we're going to have a travel. Thought it may have been an and one, but it looks like Marlene Aniambuso shuffled her feet on her way there.
Josie Williams doing a great job collapsing down, getting help defense with Brassless, able to pinch the offensive player, number 24, and they were able to cause a turnover.
Carvalho is going to go right up top to Sohail. She'll lob it in. Nice pass inside to Holland. Holland couldn't connect. Second attempt too strong. Ball knocked out. Holland a little bit in disbelief. Thought maybe she was fouled on the first attempt. Thought she was going to get some more contact on the second, and there was no one there. I've been really impressed with the way that Neha Sohail has come into this season. Didn't play a whole lot last season. I'm trying to remember if there were any injuries. I know that she came in and had to redshirt for a little bit when she first got to Utah Valley. But she's really versatile. She's a tall player. She can shoot the ball. It looks like we're going to have another turnover on Utah State. So the Wolverines fired up. And, you were talking earlier, Dylan, the importance of gaining some momentum, hopefully sparked by Jordan Holland. And let's see if that momentum shift can result in points.
Great look by Carvalho, finding her teammate Cortez in that corner. Cortez just unable to knock it down.
Utah Valley forcing turnovers. Utah State pleading for a foul. They didn't get it. Brassless finds a lane. She'll go up with the left hand and score.
Great look by Brassless right there. I've said it, I think, every game. Opposing defenders don't realize she's left-handed.
Yeah.
Right? So early on, she always is able to get to the basket on the left side and convert. It takes a few plays for the defender to realize, she's lefty, and I need to prevent her from going left.
Jensen Baker is stripped again. Neha Sohail has been causing fits, and Jensen Baker has yet to even shoot the ball.
That's 3 consecutive turnovers by the Aggies right now. Utah Valley doing a great job on the defensive end.
Holland goes up, gets blocked, and I think it's going to go off of her as the ball landed on Holland as she came out of bounds. So we'll have a media timeout here. Utah Valley was able to put together a little 6-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. They lead 8-5. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll see you back in a moment.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
We're back out of the media timeout. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, and Utah Valley has, I can't say taken control because the game is still just a possession, but the Wolverines have had most of those calls go in their favor. Harris finds a wide open lane. Fearless attacks, wearing the face mask as well, so Utah Valley leads by just one. Brassless, tough shot off the glass, the lefty. Wow, tough angle.
Yeah, there she is again, showing that she can go left. Able to convert here early on, which is good to see, as oftentimes, she struggles with those running left hook shots, you could call them, or left layups from a little deeper than usual. And Utah Valley doing a great job again, causing the 7th turnover of the game for the Aggies.
It's been turnover city so far. But Utah Valley's got to do a little bit better capitalizing on those turnovers. That's what it really comes down to. Otherwise, you're just kind of killing clock. 3 ball on the way, and the friendly bounce drops for Madison Grange. Her first bucket of the day. Utah Valley up 13-7.
Madison Grange, she does a good job. She comes in off the bench, and she always comes in ready to fire right there, knocking down her first shot of the game.
Brantley picks up her dribble straight on. Now Harris, 8 on the shot clock. Harris really carries the ball almost to every dribble. Don't be surprised if she gets called for that at some point today. Her 3 is off the mark, but rebounded by Jensen Baker. Her shot is no good. Holland comes up with the board.
Senior guard Jensen Baker for the Aggies is struggling here early on with a couple of turnovers and just not able to find the bottom of the net. They'll look for her to settle down as the game proceeds.
Grange, back-to-back threes. We saw her shoot the ball really well last year from distance. We haven't seen her shoot nearly as much this season, but she is a very capable perimeter shooter.
Yeah, she's got a really great jump shot, good form, and it shows. She's shooting 27% from behind the arc for the season, which might seem low, but she's one of the higher shooters for the Wolverines.
Shot clock just about down, and we're going to have a jump ball. Holland and Brassless causing all kinds of problems for the interior players of Utah State.
Number 24, Marlene, for the Aggies, is having a difficult time. Utah Valley's trapping her pretty much every time she gets the ball and causing travels or jump balls. And she just gets it off. Brantley with
barely.
the 3.
I think Utah State was aware, but I don't know if the Wolverines were aware there were only 2 seconds on the shot clock, because all you have to do is just face guard and smother whoever has the ball. And they left a wide open look for Brantley. She knocked it down. I think we're going to have an offensive foul on Utah Valley. This will go against Jensen. Third team foul on Utah Valley, 1 team foul for Utah State here in the first quarter. Down to a minute to play in the first. Gorman to Harris. Now back to Gorman, catch and shoot. She knocks down a 3 of her own. It's suddenly a 3-point lead. 6-0 run over the last 35 seconds. Carvalho, she'll float it up in transition. Can't get it to fall.
Utah Valley got to keep their eyes on Gorman after knocking down that open 3 there on the last possession. Oftentimes, you're going to try and get it back to the hot hand. Here we see her with the ball right now.
It's about a 2 to 3 second difference, and
going to get a moving screen.
It's going to go against Aniam Busso. 8.3 seconds left in the quarter. Utah Valley will inbound under the Utah State bat. No, they're going to take it to the side.
Aggies made a mistake there. They had a chance to tie the game right before the end of the first quarter. Now Utah Valley's got a chance to go up 5.
Carvalho almost loses the ball, and she ended up losing it. There was about a second left as she tried to get one off and got it stripped. After one, Utah Valley leads 16-13. We'll take a little break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back for a little recap of the first quarter and jump right into quarter number 2. Don't go anywhere.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
Say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Maria Carvalho with the ball for Utah Valley. The Wolverines 16-13 after the first quarter. Utah Valley shooting the ball pretty well at 43%. Utah State at 44%. The Aggies have shot the ball really well from downtown, 3 of 4, which has really kept the Aggies in this game. Cortez, the Aggies have, oh my, a deep 3, no good. Tough possession for the Wolverines.
Well, those are the possessions Utah Valley's got to do a better job of working the ball around sooner. You can't be waiting for the shot clock to get down to 3 seconds and heave up some deep 3 like that.
Nice defense by Utah Valley. And can Brassless track it down? Yes, she will.
Once again, we see number 24, Marlene, getting double teamed by the Wolverines, and it's causing some stress.
Brassless crosses right to left. Carvalho, she'll just pull the trigger from deep. Back iron, no good. And Jensen tried to come up with it, ended up on the ground. Harris is going to go at Grange, couldn't connect. Harris, a crafty ball handler, but I hate to be this guy, but you got to keep an eye on her because she carries the ball a lot.
Yeah, she does. She did a good job there, though, with the crossover on Grange. And Grange just getting caught by the officials, with her hand riding on the hip of Harris as she was going up for that layup.
Free throws up and good for Harris, 5 points. Second free throw is good, 6 points for Harris. She leads Utah State. Madison Grange and Eve Brassless leading the way for Utah Valley with 6 points of their own.
Let's see if Utah Valley can get the ball inside to Megan Jensen or Jordan Holland on this possession. They've been settling for threes.
Grange, corner three. This one no good. Jensen cleans up the rebound, trying to get inside. The ball goes kind of in and out, and she ended up shuffling her feet. The officials have been very, very quick to call travels today.
Yeah, Jensen kind of forced that right there. She got the offensive board, which was great, but she was surrounded by 3 Aggie players. She should have looked for one of her teammates outside, but once again, it was like we talked about earlier, her teammates have also got to go towards her as well.
Shot is no good, but a couple of Wolverine players batted the ball away. Fortunately, the putback was no good. Carvalho. Now Holland attacks, scoops up, no good, and the ball is going to sail out of bounds off of Utah State. 13 on the shot clock. Utah Valley will get it back.
See if we get a little high-low action here by the Wolverines. If they get something on the high post, they like to drop it down on the block right after. So see what they've got here coming out of this inbounds.
Utah Valley plays it safe, and they lob it into the backcourt. Holland goes to set the pick, go back to Holland. Holland shoots the three and makes the three.
Great job by Cortez, working opposite of where the screen was, but recognizing both players went with her, and she found Jordan Holland, and Holland able to knock it down.
Wolverines go back up, 4. And a traveling violation. This will go against Jensen Baker. You can see she is visibly frustrated. Not used to committing so many turnovers, whether she's getting the ball stripped or committing a travel.
Yeah, that's her 4th turnover of the game. She's averaging only 3 per game on the season.
And now Jensen travels.
Utah State with 9 turnovers here so far, and Utah Valley with 6. We'll see who wins the lower turnover battle.
I don't know.
By the end of the game.
It might be pretty high when it's all said and done. Skip pass to Kamalu. She's just going to drive in, gets it stripped, but she is fouled. So that one, I believe, will go against Cortez. And it will. Cortez's first personal foul. That's the second team foul in Utah Valley. No fouls committed by Utah State in the second quarter. Utah State has also not scored a point in the last 2 minutes. Let's see if Kamalu can end that drought right here. And nope, she will get another though.
Kamalu for the Aggies. She's a really athletic player. She's got a lot of skills in the bag. She's able to shoot. She's able to drive. And Cortez on that last possession was playing pretty good defense on her. But Kamalu just a little bit quicker, able to get by and draw the contact.
19-16, Utah Valley leads. The Wolverines have only scored 3 points in the second quarter, but have been able to maintain a lead. Cortez, her three's on the way. That one's no good. A rare miss for Cortez. And Holland, the ball ends up in her hands somehow as she's seated on the ground. Will it pay off? No, the shot too long. Cortez having a hard time finding the bottom of the net. Gorman gets around a screen.
Ooh,
Cortez was coming in hot.
She was able to deflect it right there, though, after. Caused the turnover.
Cortez. Holland. Elbow jumper.
Good look.
She'll knock that down. She was wide open. I don't think she was planning on shooting the ball right there, but you leave her that open, she's going to knock it down.
Yeah, the Aggies are really doubling down on the block, but it leaves the free throw elbow, open. So Holland able to knock down the jumper as another turnover is committed.
Utah Valley has done such a good job of frustrating the Aggies without fouling. I mean, they've committed a few fouls here and there, but for the amount of turnovers that we've seen from Utah State already, it's been impressive. Utah Valley's played a relatively clean game. Cortez nearly gets the ball stolen away. Gorman putting some pressure on.
Oh, she's got to keep going.
Holland had a lane, but decided to try and kick it out to Maria Carvalho for the open three. Turns into a turnover, though.
Sometimes you get stuck in between as a player, right? You want to be aggressive and attack the basket, but also you want to be a good team player and find someone for an open three. And sometimes right there, Jordan Holland, she should have just went straight to the basket on down the right side, but instead she tried to find her teammate, and a turnover happened.
It's Gorman. The Aggies just having a hard time figuring out their offense. Turnaround jumper is no good. And where is the foul? I think this is going to go against, it'll go against Josie Williams. First personal foul on Williams. 3 team fouls for the Wolverines. But in the meantime, we will have a timeout here where the Wolverines lead by 5 with 4:51 left in the first half. We'll see you here in a moment.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Utah State to inbound under their own basket. She's able to get it inside to Franson. Now Brantley will set things up. Tough pass by Brantley, a little too far outside. Will be another Utah State turnover.
Yeah, Brantley right there, you got to know as a point guard, you can't do a bounce pass entry, entry bounce pass to your big from up top. You got to work your way down towards the corner more, get the better angle.
Grange able to get around Harris, but Harris was giving her the old hip check the entire way, so that'll be a foul against Utah State. First foul on Harris. Carvalho was looking for Williams, couldn't quite get it there. Harris to Gorman. Harris going at Josie Williams. Utah State having a hard time finding the shot they're looking for. Shot clock down to 6. Nice pass inside, but too strong. Shot clock still ticking down, and Utah Valley comes up with the ball. They do have numbers. Holland has a look. Now Cortez an even better look. This one's up and good.
Great job by the Wolverines. And not slowing down. You got to push. When you've got the numbers, push. Holland able to find Cortez in the corner for the 3.
Brantley tries getting around Carvalho, and Carvalho committed the foul. That's going to be her second personal foul. 4 fouls on Utah Valley. So with these last 3:24 in the second quarter, Utah Valley is going to have to be careful. The last thing you want to do is send your opponent to the free throw line with the clock stopped.
Great
Josie.
help,
And we'll have a jump ball. Josie and Holland. Holland is still super fired up. I love just the energy she's been bringing with her team.
Yeah, it's really good. It's allowing her teammates to feed off of it, right? And they're doing a good job on the defensive end, and that's what's enabling them to be up by 8 so far in the game. It's all starting here on the defense.
Harris, nice pass inside. The shot is up, no good by Dalton. Somehow the ball goes back to Utah State. The second attempt, no good.
Dalton on that last possession, she got it right at the wax symbol in the middle of the key. She's just got to shoot it right there rather than taking the extra 2 dribbles and forcing a shot. Just shoot the little jumper.
Harris comes up with another steal, but the layup comes up just a little bit short. I don't know if there's a foul. There is a foul. That's going to go against Brantley. Her first personal foul. Second team foul on Utah State.
See if Utah Valley can't find Holland, at the free throw line.
Dangerous passing still. Fortunately, that one got to Holland. 3 is on the way and no good. Williams couldn't quite come up with the rebound. Franson was able to take it away from her. Harris, she'll kick the ball out. Franson unable to connect.
It was a good look by the Aggies by Franson right there. The past couple of possessions she's been hesitant to shoot that jump shot. So I like what she's doing and pulling up there.
Still, the passing has just been so dangerous. Results in another turnover.
It was like deja vu of the play earlier where Carvalho.
Holland able to draw the charge. I think we could just chalk it up to sloppy basketball on both sides for about the last 5 minutes.
Right there with you.
Utah Valley with 4 turnovers the last 3 minutes. 5 turnovers in the last 6 minutes for Utah State. So a lot of turnovers here. Carvalho gets trapped.
Maybe as another turnover is called, maybe everyone's just a little excited for the Christmas holiday, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe it's got something to do with it.
.132 left here in the first half. Utah State's going to call timeout with 1:29 left. We'll go ahead and stay right here with it. Dylan, what do you think, what's impressed you so far by Utah Valley? You know, they're playing against Utah State, who actually, you know, leads the all-time matchup between the two teams.
Yeah, you know, so far I like what Utah Valley's doing on the defensive end. You know, they've caused 13 turnovers. Now, you know, Utah Valley has 11 themselves, right? But Utah Valley's got this lead by 8 so far in this half, and it's all started on the defensive end. You see the energy that Hollins brought. You see the double team help that Josie Williams been doing. You see Cortez, you know, looking to jump passes. You know, they're being really aggressive on the defensive end, and I think that's something that the coach has instilled in them. Hey, you know, we haven't been winning, so let's get more aggressive on defense, make it harder for our opponent, and maybe we can sneak away with some of these victories.
Speaking of tougher on defense, Utah Valley brings Kiana De Los Santos into the game, who is arguably the scrappiest defender on the team. And the shot no good. Ball ends up into the hands of Utah Valley. 1:10 to go in the second quarter. Holland picked up by Dudley. De Los Santos was calling for some help, but the old sneaky look away. She's able to find the lane, and she scores immediately. Utah Valley on a 7-0 run. 3 balls no good, rebounded by De Los Santos. A 10-point lead now for Utah Valley, their largest lead of the day. Sohail in the corner. Quick pass inside. Brassless, what a beautiful setup. That was textbook. That is the way that they do it in practice. It's nice to see it come to fruition in the game.
Yeah, Utah Valley's coach, Dan Nielsen, he drew that up, you know, based on the scouting report. I saw him yell it to Maria Carvalho before the play even started.
Jumper's good. That was I think it was a 2. And that will end the first half. Utah Valley, first half on a high note, 28-18. There's a lot of basketball yet to be played, so we'll come back here in just a little bit and give a little recap of the first half and go over some of Dylan's thoughts on what Utah Valley's got to do in order to keep that lead, not let it slip away, and come away with a home victory, take care of business against their in-state rival, the Utah State Aggies. We will see you for the second half.
Who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
If we can see things for what they are. If we can see what they could be. If the plastic we use, we never throw away. If the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Hey, you gonna do this or what? You gotta do it. And keep doing it. Do it big. Bigger. Hit it. Step and check list. In a position to win. In a position to go. In a position to win. Do it with one hand behind your back.
One now.
Do it blindfolded.
Next.
Do what your endorsement deal say you shouldn't.
Section 43C, no rope swing over canyon dunks.
Like what's happening? Do what they say you can't.
Can you?
Because there are those who don't and those who do. Yes, sir. Let's do.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
Make some noise!
Let's do this.
Late. Your time, come on. Creators, the world needs an answer. Give us the answer. Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
10 seconds. Creators run the show. We want the answer. From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
the officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
All right, the second half, about 2 minutes and 35 seconds away. Utah Valley went off to a hot start, 28-18. They managed to keep that lead to double digits at the end of the half. The Wolverines shooting a hot 41% from the floor as a team. Utah State was shooting the ball pretty darn well earlier, but man, they went on a cold streak and are shooting 22%, 5 of 23. 3 of those 5 made field goals have come from the three-point line. So that, along with 5 free throws, puts them at those 18 points, but 13 turnovers. Utah Valley 11 points off of those 13 turnovers. What have you liked about Utah Valley so far today, Dylan?
Yeah, Kyle, I've liked the collective effort that the Wolverines have brought this afternoon on both ends of the floor. We've seen it on the defensive end. They've caused 13 turnovers. You see the senior, Jordan Holland, fired up. The other players fired up. They're ready to go. They've been spreading it around on the offensive end. Holland leading the way with 9, Brassless 8, and Grange coming in off the bench, knocking down 2 threes with 6 points. So it's been a good collective effort by the Wolverines, and they're not backing down. They want this victory, and they want it badly, and it's showing.
Utah State has got to figure out a way to limit the turnovers because Utah Valley has made them pay, and the defensive intensity has just been really solid for the Wolverines. No one in real foul trouble for Utah Valley. You've got Maria Carvalho with 2 personal fouls. Other than that, no other Wolverine has more than 1. So Utah Valley's done a great job of not fouling too often. And, that along with just knocking down open shots, the assist game in favor of Utah Valley, 9-5. 5 steals for Utah Valley as well. Those 6 steals, though, by Utah State did hurt the Wolverines a little bit. Utah Valley's got to clean up their passing a little bit better because those are just unforced turnovers where it's like you try the long pass and someone jumps the passing lane, particularly Harris, who has just been all over the place. You take a look at, I want to see how many steals she actually does have.
Yeah, Harris with 2 steals here.
She does have 2 of them. I feel like maybe she has 3. Maybe they didn't count one of the other ones, but
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments the coaching staff of the Aggies have made here at halftime. These first 3 minutes of this third quarter are going to be crucial, Kyle. The Wolverines with the 10-point lead, if they can extend this, I think they could put it away early, right? But if Utah State claws back here, gets this down to within 5, it's going to put the pressure on the Wolverines, and that's not what they want.
Brassless gets the ball early. Sohail, she'll take the handoff. Carvalho now. Sohail, she's going to pull the trigger from deep, comes up short. Carvalho, right place at the right time with the offensive rebound.
You can see the intensity by the Aggies here early on. They're extending this man-to-man defense.
Carvalho tried to scoop it up with her left hand and couldn't quite get there. The Aggies nearly lost it. Bassett was trying to bring the ball up, and Carvalho could have had the steal, but did not. Just over 9 minutes left, and Holland comes up with it. Ooh, nearly a foul. Fortunate. No call there. 5 on the shot clock. Utah State's going to have to get a shot off. I don't know if they're aware. Just in time, and Brassless with the nice box out and rebound.
Another great defensive possession by the Wolverines, playing lockdown defense.
Holland able to shake her defender. She's going to go looks like she'll kick it out. Shots on the way. Did not get the friendly bounce, but Holland was there to clean it up. Couldn't get the rebound, and Williams will pick up the personal foul. Utah Valley's had a tough time getting Josie Williams involved. It seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it really seems like the game plan coming into this by Utah State was to take away the interior shooting.
Definitely. You can see it because every time the ball has gone to the block, they've been double-teamed. So it's been tough for Josie Williams and Jensen, who comes off the bench, to get any action for the Wolverines.
Free throw line jumper by Bassett is good.
It's a good look by Bassett. Saw her at halftime working on that exact jump shot. So repetitions, coming in play.
Sohail on the left baseline. It's kind of where she likes to go to work as she finishes with the reverse layup.
Great drive by Sohail, finding the baseline opening, able to sneak it in on the reverse.
Another long two is no good. Offensive rebound by Franson.
Utah Valley needs to continue to pack it in the paint. The Aggies, they've only knocked down a couple shots from outside.
Sohail ended up losing the ball, lost sight of it, and a wide open layup by Bassett. Bassett with a couple of quick buckets early in the third quarter. Utah Valley leads by 8.
And look out for Bassett. She 2 games ago against North Texas, she ended up with 21 points. Sohail just comes out firing.
Sohail, a gifted shooter, knocks down the 3. 5 points for Sohail now. Utah Valley is 5 of 13 from distance.
There's the energy by Holland. We're seeing it still this half. I like it.
She's been really vocal today. I think her team is feeding off of that.
Need to watch the early entry pass here to Bassett by the Aggies. Brassless might want to switch sides there. It's a lob over the top.
Utah Valley was able to read that pretty well, but unfortunately it goes right back into the hands of Utah State. The step back jumper no good for Kamakivo Ole. Sohail again.
Great look. Great job. Carvalho swung it back to Cortez, and Cortez found Sohail for the open 3. That's back-to-back by her.
Utah Valley putting together a nice little run here. 6-0 in the last minute. The Wolverines 3 of their last 3 from the field. Utah State forced to call timeout. 6:13 left in the third quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Utah Valley on a 6-0 run over the last 47 seconds, putting on the pressure. Utah State has really struggled to score the basketball here in the quarter.
Utah Valley has shifted their defense here coming out of the timeout, switching to a zone, and the Aggies, I think they were expecting man-to-man.
Wolverines able to force a turnover. That is turnover number 15 on the Aggies. Carvalho, she'll take a long two. It does not have a friendly bounce, but Jordan Holland is able to clean it up. She is fired up and will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Jordan Holland fired up, and as well as the Utah Valley bench, every one of them standing up, cheering on their teammates. The energy's great for the Wolverines here this afternoon.
I think, oh man, this kind of stuff's got to drive coaches nuts, as it's kind of driving me nuts, to be honest. But there was a little bit of extracurricular activity. So Jordan Holland hit the deck, started clapping. As she got up, she kind of rose up in the huddle of the Aggies and was kind of clapping in their faces a little bit. I don't know if she was intending to do that, and then she kind of like bumped chests with someone, and there was just a teeny shove there. I don't know for certain. I can't see the replay of it right now, but I don't think it was anything. I think it was the players kind of played it off cool. It didn't look like there was any malicious anything at all.
Yeah, it didn't seem like much, but sometimes taunting does go a little too far, so we'll see what the officials decide here. But that's something that could be a momentum shifter, right?
Yeah, it could be, but from what I saw, I don't think Holland was really trying to taunt. I think she was just trying to fire up her team. She was just clapping. I think she just stood up, and then suddenly the Aggies huddled around her. I could be wrong. I wish I could see the replay on our end right now, but yeah. From my viewpoint, it was nothing. I think they're taking way too much time on it. But in the meantime, take a look at the scoreboard. 36-22 in favor of Utah Valley. Leading the way for the Wolverines is Jordan Holland with 9 points. She hasn't shot the ball particularly well from the field. The officials, looks like they're convening at midcourt. Not sure what the verdict is. But Holland with 9, Sohail with 8, Braslis with 8, Cortez with 3, De Los Santos with 2, and Madison Grange with 6. Leading the way for Utah State is Harris with 6 points. We also have Brantley with 3, Gorman with 3, Bassett with 4, Viole, probably messed it up that time, with 4 points, and Dudley with 2 points. So it looks like it was nothing. Fortunately, Holland will shoot those free throws as she was fouled going to the basket. Free throw is up and hits about every part of the rim and comes out.
Yeah, usually here in the UCCU Center, the rims are friendlier than in the Lockhart Arena. Holland unable to knock down either of those free throws.
She's a pretty solid free throw shooter. We don't see her miss, especially 2 in a row like that, very often.
Yeah. Utah Valley still sticking with the zone defense, looking to trap along the baseline.
Jumper is up and good by Bassett. Bassett has really come alive here. Only 5 minutes of play with 6 points. Sohail, she has a look. Can she do it again? No, not this time. Bassett comes up with the rebound. Bassett doing it all here for the Aggies. Wolverines lead by 12. Bassett, she'll pull up again. Doesn't hit this time. And I think this foul is going to go against Utah Valley. This foul will go against Eve Braslis, her first personal foul. And we'll have immediate timeout. So 36-24, Utah Valley leads. Whole lot of nothing happened over the last couple of minutes, but we will see if there is any fresh life in either team when we come back.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler. Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
The Aggies to inbound under their basket. They're able to get it inside to Bassett, but Bassett stepped on the line, unfortunately. That'll be turnover number 16 for the Aggies. 12 turnovers for Utah Valley, so it hasn't been the prettiest of games.
Utah State looking to extend the defensive pressure as they find themselves down 12 here at towards the end of the third.
Carvalho will skip it into the corner, and Holland loses the dribble. The ball ends up into the hands of the Aggies. Gorman over the top to Doherty. Doherty can't connect. We'll have a foul on Annie Ambuso, her second personal foul, and the second team foul on the Aggies in the third quarter. 2 team fouls for the Wolverines as well.
Got to be smart here on this possession. See if you can't get something going towards the basket.
Brassless. Oh man. That's got to be a body foul. It looked like a good block from our vantage point here.
Yeah, it looked like Bassett met Brassless up at the top clean, but there definitely was a little bit of body contact there, so Brassless will get 2.
One of those technical things that's super frustrating if you're the defender in that case. Brassless knocks down the free throws, 39-24. It's actually 38-24, my mistake. Brantley picks up her dribble. They're going to leave her alone. She'll fire it up, and she buries it. That is the second time they have left her alone, and she has made them pay. She's only taken 2 shots, but she's buried both of them. Cortez, corner 3. The answer is no good. Rebounded by Harris.
It's a good play drawn up by the Wolverines. Just Cortez not able to knock it down, and Aggies really looking to push it here as they're still down 11.
Gorman gets around the screen, fires up the mid-range jumper, and Carvalho comes up with the rebound. Carvalho floats up a long 2, gets that to drop her first bucket today. She's 1 of 7. There was a lot of contact there. I can't disagree with it. Can't disagree.
Yeah.
Holland
saw that coming.
Her arms were out, and then they kind of came forward like
saw that coming the moment the ball got inside to Marlene there. You know, you could see Holland kind of wrapping around like you mentioned, and just a little more contact, and ref's going to call that every time.
Free throws up and good.
It's tough, though, when you're a defender, right? Someone backs down into you. You try and stay straight up, but when you get hit in the midsection, right, it causes you to collapse, and you're unintentionally collapsing on top of the player because they hit you.
Right. Jordan able to get it into Carvalho. Some pressure coming. Utah Valley able to get it across midcourt. 20 on the shot clock. Holland. She'll cross over. Great pass. Brassless sweeping inside. She'll float it up, knock it down, but we'll have an offensive foul. Coach Nielsen cannot believe it. That is the second personal foul on Eve Brassless. Getting into dangerous territory here where Utah Valley leads by just 11. I know 11 seems like a lot, but one little momentum shift and things can turn bleak really fast. Shot is up, but we have an offensive foul on this end as well. This one's going to go against, I believe it is against Bassett.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes to set those screens right as the opposing player's running full speed right at you. You got to make sure you're in good, solid position, and Bassett, just unable to stay firm and kind of shouldered the Wolverine defender.
Cortez up top to Holland. Cortez, she has a look. She didn't take it. She'll step back, though. This one's no good. It's been an off night for Cortez. She has not found her shot. Brassless was able to clean it up for a second opportunity. Oh, and Carvalho kind of dribbled it into the hands of Bassett, managed to get it back. She'll fire one up. This one is too strong. Franson with her 6th rebound. Bassett getting a little frustrated, needed a little movement from her teammates. Wasn't getting it, kind of stagnant. Brantley drives in, floats it up off the glass. 8 points, 3 of 3 from the field for Brantley.
And Brantley's been very efficient. She might need to step it up here later on in this next quarter for the Aggies, as she seems to be the only one who can consistently, knock down the shots.
About 35 seconds left on the game clock. Holland drives in. The little sneaky underhand right scoop on the left side is able to fall. Holland with 11 points. 2 Wolverines in double figures as Brassless has 10 of her own.
Utah State going to be settling for the last shot here, as they also will get possession coming out of the 4th period.
Gorman inside. Bassett gets a look. Her own rebound, and I think we'll have a foul. Looks like this one will go against Holland. No, it'll go against Brassless, her 3rd personal. Either way, free throws coming for Bassett, as Utah Valley is now in the penalty. Both teams in the penalty now. 4.3 seconds left in the quarter. Free throw is no good, but Bassett will get one more. Her second free throw is good. Grange is going to have to get a shot off. She does, and it was straight on, but just a little short. 3 quarters in the books, and Utah Valley has maintained a double-digit lead. So a great sign for Utah Valley. It wasn't the best-looking 3rd quarter, but it wasn't the best for either team. So Utah Valley really kind of at the same position they were at the end of the half. Looks like they're in a pretty good spot, all things considered.
Yeah. Both teams, that 3rd quarter, they played about equal, right? 14 points each by both teams. Still a 10-point lead for the Wolverines. And Utah State's definitely going to have to up the pressure on the defensive end. Look for them to extend their full court trap and really start trapping. So far they've just been playing man-to-man, full court. But look for them to start trapping here. In Utah Valley, they've got to keep control of the ball on the offensive end. They've been a little lackluster with their ball handling and passes. We've seen a lot of deflections, a lot of mishandles. So they got to make sure that they secure the ball and look for the high post. I think that's been the key, is get it to the high post and you got a good jump shot, or you're able to attack or find your teammates.
When you take a look at the points in the paint, Utah Valley leads 18-6 over Utah State. The Aggies with 4 made three-pointers. Utah Valley has they've taken a lot of threes today. I think the fact that Utah State has forced the ball outside the paint as much as they have, it's kind of forced Utah Valley to shoot the ball in the perimeter more. They've made 6 out of 17, so 35% from 3 as a team. Not bad.
Yeah.
Given the fact that they've taken that many shots, so you can't be too upset about that.
No, that's good. Madison Grange knocking down 2 of those. Neha Sohail with 2 of those as well. And they're both good shooters. If you're going to want someone shooting a 3 ball for the Wolverines, it's going to be Grange and Sohail.
Yep. All right. The final quarter has begun. Utah Valley up 42-32. Neha Sohail set to check in at the next dead ball.
Bassett really working hard on Brassless here.
Bassett turns, fires, can't connect, and there is Maria Carvalho with her 5th rebound today. Cortez gets it poked out of her hands, but
like I said, got to be strong with the ball. Hands are going to be coming, deflections, 4th quarter. Got to be prepared.
Holland up top, Grange. Jordan sweeping in. She is fouled.
Yeah, looked like she had the corner there. But then got a little body check and wasn't able to turn the corner. So she's going to shoot 2 here.
Free throw's good for Jordan. She missed a pair of free throws her last trip. Knocks down the front end of this pair. Can she get the back end? Yes, she does. So Holland leading all scorers with 13. 7 rebounds as well, so could be on her way to a double-double. Carvalho is able to force the turnover. Huge play. Wolverines back up to a 12-point lead. Brassless, dangerous pass. Cortez is able to keep it alive.
Yeah, Utah State switching on those screens on the outside. Utah Valley getting lucky that there wasn't a turnover.
Gorman feeling the pressure from Jordan Holland. They get it inside to Bassett, who's been really trigger happy, but rightfully so. She's been shooting the ball well. Bassett with 9 points, shooting 4 of 8 from the field with 4 rebounds. Now, just a moment ago, we saw Maria Carvalho force the turnover as Brantley was bringing the ball up, and Brantley did the same thing to Carvalho. Got to feel good for Brantley getting a little redemption there. Carvalho gets a poked ball as well.
You like your point guards to keep their dribble, right? So then we don't see the turnovers happen. But then at the same time, you don't want them dribbling too much because it's easy for a deflection. Someone gets a hand in, 4th quarter jitters, right? Turnovers happen, so you got to be smart.
3's on the way and short. Ball is stripped, and Carvalho comes up with it.
Look up. Nice.
And 1. Great pass inside from Neha Sohail to Jordan Holland. Holland with 15 points now, and she will get a free throw to go along with it.
Yeah, excellent job by the Wolverines. Carvalho feeding Sohail up early. For a moment there, I thought Sohail waited a little too long, but I was wrong. She found Holland at the perfect time. Holland able to knock down the basket and get the and one. Big play by the Wolverines.
16 points now for Jordan Holland. A lot of drive and kick. Whoa. Three is on the way, and, man, we are going to have a foul on the three ball. Carvalho can't believe it, but she did step into her landing space as she was coming down.
That foul had nothing to do with the shot. That shot was about a foot left of the basket. But Carvalho getting her feet tangled up with Brantley, and she's going to get three.
Free throws up and good for Brantley. Brantley still yet to miss a shot. 3 of 3 from the field. She made 2 3-pointers, now 1 free throw, so 9 points. And I guess she's going to get... Maybe it was a 2. Hold on, what's going on here?
3. The ref administering the free throws thought it was 2.
Gotcha.
But it was 3.
All right, there we go.
That cuts the lead back to 10. Just can't seem to extend it. 10 seems to be the magic number for the Wolverines with their lead so far.
Cortez, she'll drive in, float it up, no good. Three is on the way, no good. Rebound goes to Eve Brassless. 6 rebounds for Brassless, 10 points. Carvalho nearly got it stripped. Sohail, wide open look from 3, no good. Looks like we'll have a foul. This is going to go against number 12, a hold on Bassett. 3 personal fouls. So Bassett's been filling up the stat sheet in every category, good or bad. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 fouls in 13 minutes. Holland, she'll just pull the trigger, and no good off the back iron.
I'm okay with that shot with Holland right there. Usually she'll pump fake that and try and drive. Sometimes it's a higher percentage rather than forcing the drive, just to hit that 10-foot jump shot. That time she missed, but the next time I'm sure she'll make it.
Utah Valley calls timeout. A lot of contact. Jensen Baker has just been so frustrated. No points. She leads the team in scoring with about 15.5 points per game and has yet to. She's only taken 3 shots, hasn't made any. She does have 4 rebounds, but 6 turnovers in those 14 minutes of play. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back for some more fourth quarter action.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Jordan Holland inbound, gets it into Carvalho. Some pressure comes initially, and then looks like they're going to back off of it a little. Brassless, jab step, and she gets her shot clean blocked this time.
Wow.
I'd love to see a replay of that. It looks like the foul was went against Eve Brassless this time. 4 personal fouls on Eve. 1 more, and she will be done. Gorman up top to Franson. Gorman again, 10 on the shot clock. Gorman's going to have to skip it out. Brantley again. She cannot miss another 3. Brantley quietly with 14 points.
And bringing the Aggies back. Down 7 here with just over 5 to play. Carvalho careless with the ball right there. And Brantley taking advantage of it.
Brantley has seriously been the player of the game for Utah State. Has been doing all the little things as well as shot the ball extremely well.
Yeah, Carvalho, I don't know what she's doing on that play right there. She's got the ball, both hands, and she puts it and just holds it in one hand. It's the 4th quarter, and you're up by only 7, right? You got to be smarter than that.
Brantley, that is a career high with those 14 points. The previous was 8.
Right there making up for it, though, Carvalho with the jump shot.
Big shot to stop some of the bleeding. 5 minutes to play, 9-point lead for Utah Valley. Bassett calling for the ball.
Grange needs to turn and maybe get a steal on Bassett.
Bassett getting frustrated. Anytime she picks up her dribble, her team is not moving towards her. Tough scoop shot. Ends up into the hands of
no one.
Everyone, apparently.
Jump ball.
Possession will stay with the Aggies. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Eve Brassless able to come up with a steal. Brassless, dangerous play.
Got away with a little bit of a travel there, it looked like.
A little bit. She had numbers too, but
yeah.
It's one of those things, if it goes in, it's amazing. If it doesn't, it's maybe a poor choice.
Yeah, right there she was stuck in no man's land. It might have been better to just pull it out and reset the offense.
Jensen Baker attacks and finally has a foul called. Madison Grange picks up her 2nd personal foul. You can hear Coach Nielsen say, hey, pull it back. No need to Euro step it from 8 feet away, which, it's true. So,
yep.
It was a great opportunity for Utah Valley, just wasn't executed as well as it could have been. Free throw up and good. Both free throws good, so 2 points for Jensen Baker. Carvalho able to get the pass. She's going to pull back, though. Under 4 minutes to play and a 7-point lead. Utah Valley hanging on. Man, I was afraid Eve Brassless would have picked that one up, but the foul was on Annie Ambuso.
Utah Valley's still got to be aggressive here, right? You're up 7, just under 4 to play. It's easy to let off the gas and not attack the basket, but then you get late in the shot clock. So you got to attack as Sohail does right there.
It's seriously her sweet spot. She gets the ball on that left baseline and she just attacks. If she can lay it up, she will. If not, she'll kick it out to somebody.
Yeah, she's got a long, slender body frame, right? So she's able to slip past the defenders and baselines her place.
Full timeout by Utah State. The Wolverines go back up 51-42. We'll take another break here on the WAC Digital Network.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
The Aggies with the ball as they come out of their full timeout. 3:36 left in the game. Utah Valley leads by 9. Three ball is on the way, short. First miss by Brantley. Can't blame the Aggies for drawing up a shot for her because she's been red hot today. Sohail fakes and drives. Goes baseline, but man, there was Bassett ready and waiting for it. She knew exactly what was going to happen.
Bassett able to, get a couple blocks here in this second half we've seen as she's the rim protector for these Aggies. Sohail thought she had another baseline drive on that last possession, but denied.
Carvalho, that pass got away from her. I love seeing Holland come up to Maria and just be like, we're all right, we're good. Making sure she doesn't get down on herself at all. Utah Valley still in a great spot with just over 2.5 minutes left in the game. Bassett, she'll drop step, kind of spins away from the basket. Tough shot, couldn't connect. Utah Valley with just over 2 minutes to play with complete control. Carvalho gets it poked away. It'll stay with the Wolverines.
A little too much dribbling here by Carvalho. They got to work it around, see if they can get some offense going. I know you're trying to take some time off the clock, but dangerous doing all that dribbling.
Holland thought about pulling up from 3. Someone's going to have to shoot soon, though. 5 on the shot clock. Carvalho's got to be aware of that, 2. She's going to have to shoot. Gets it up. No good. Gorman, 3 is on the way. It's good. Big shot. They're able to trim that lead down to 7. 6. I lied.
Yeah, Utah Valley right here in this possession, they got to score or draw a foul. It can get down to a 2-possession game if they're not able to score here.
Utah Valley's, they've got to try and score here. One more bucket by Utah State makes it real interesting. Sohail can't connect on the 3, so now time to get back on defense and get a stop. Gorman just knocked down a 3. And Utah State will call timeout. 21 on the shot clock, 1:05 left in the game. And it is just a 2-possession game. The Wolverines maintained a double-digit lead for quite a while, most of the second half. And now things are looking really interesting if Utah State can come up with a bucket out of this timeout.
Yeah, definitely. And Utah State calling their last and final timeout here, with 1:05 left. But I like the decision, right? It's a very crucial point. They didn't seem to have any flow going on for the first 10 seconds of that shot clock. So the coach calls a timeout, see if he can draw something up for the Aggies here and get this thing down to 4 or even 3 points coming out of the timeout. Utah Valley, we'll see if they switch up their defense that they were in, as they tend to do that coming out of timeouts. So we'll see.
Utah Valley has 3 timeouts left, and so don't be surprised if Coach Nielsen decides to call one if Utah Valley gets into any tough position. Bassett, Holland sneaks up behind her. I think we're going to have a jump ball. And that will go to Utah Valley. Huge possession. Jordan Holland forcing the turnover. That's best case scenario stuff for Utah Valley right there. Got to get the ball in, though. Tough, dangerous pass, Cortez. And fortunately for Utah Valley, they do get one of those timeouts, as they were in a tough spot right there. So I love the call by Coach Nielsen. Not a lot of scoring going on. I mean, Utah State did hit that 3 a moment ago.
Yeah.
But the Wolverines haven't scored in the last 3 minutes either, so it's been hard to...
No, they've let off the gas, right? They had a 10-point lead going into this fourth quarter, and it's like you and I have been talking about, right? You've got the lead. You want to take time off the clock, but then you oftentimes find yourself at the end of a shot clock throwing something up from deep or a very contested shot, right? So Utah Valley, they find themselves in this situation, because of their style of play this last quarter. So it's on them for being here. They've really got to be strong, breaking this full court trap, and we'll see if the Aggies look to foul. I don't think they'll look to foul immediately. They're going to try and get a steal or a trap going on.
It's kind of unfamiliar territory for the Wolverines, as they've only won 1 game so far this season, as Utah State does decide to commit the foul right there. But this is great experience for Utah Valley. Despite having the lead that they did, being able to learn how to maintain it and not, I'm sure it's going to be discussed later, because Utah Valley became stagnant and let off the gas. The numbers show it. It's pretty apparent. Over 3 minutes and no points. Madison Grange knocks down the free throw. A big free throw for Madison. 8 points for Grange. And she knocks down both free throws. 8 points for Grange now.
Ooh, gonna get her every time right there. Every time.
Yeah, you just heard Coach Nielsen yell out, hey, no threes and no fouls.
You also don't want to give up a layup either.
That's true.
Which tends to happen on those, right? You've got the lead, and it's like, oh, don't foul, but then the other team just goes straight and gets a layup.
It's easy to forget how quickly you can score quick layups. 3 is on the way from Harris, and she buries a triple. Cortez is fouled as she tried to pass it out, and that will be bonus again. So Utah Valley, in order to really seal the deal here, the Wolverines have got to knock down these free throws.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to, and we saw Grange do it. We'll see if Cortez can do it here.
Free throw's good for Cortez. And she knocks down both. The lead back to 7. 3 is on the way. No good. Rebounded by Grange. Another foul. Cortez, who just knocked down a pair, will head back to the line. 21.3 seconds remain.
See if Cortez can knock down both of these here, and it should put the game out of reach if she's able to knock them both down, as time's just going to be against the Aggies here.
Free throws are good. Cortez struggled to shoot the ball today, but she has come up clutch from the free throw line, making 4 of 4. Oh man. Carvalho ran into a brick wall. She did not see it coming. Oh, my gosh. She had her bell rung.
Yeah, probably going to need a substitution here. Is Bassett, who was just standing there set and waiting. Carvalho just didn't see her at all.
She is dazed.
I don't know if she'll be seeing anything for the next few hours, actually.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, she hit. I mean, that's a strong base from Bassett, and she plowed Bassett over. Cortez comes up with the rebound on the missed free throw. Oh, man. Real close. Almost didn't get it over, and Utah Valley will dribble it out. Your final score today is going to be 57-49. The Wolverines take care of business here at home against in-state rival Utah State. The Wolverines come up with their second victory of the season, which was overdue, and that has got to feel good. That is a good win for Utah Valley. They are headed in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. You see the senior Jordan Holland. She had energy all game long, and when that final buzzer went off, you saw a big smile come across her face as she was happy. Right? They've had a handful of close games. They just haven't been able to pull out the W, but here today, able to get the win against the in-state Aggies.
Utah Valley finished the game shooting 36% from the field, 19 of 53. They shot 32% from distance, made 6 3-pointers on 19 attempts, 87% from the free throw line. That was huge, 13 of 15 for Utah Valley.
Yeah, we'll give them high fives as they run around the court and get congratulated by all the fans. Great job by the Wolverines. Good collective effort. By a lot of players. Brassless with 10, Sohel with 10, Holland 16, Cortez 7, Grange 8. Great job by the Wolverines in sharing the basketball and getting good looks at the basket. And we'll see if we get a post-game interview with the coach here.
Yeah, we'll get Coach on. Dylan's going to have to give up his headset real quick, but we'll get Coach on for a quick little post-game. All right, we're joined by head coach Nielsen on your second victory of the season, and it came in nice fashion. The team, the thing that stood out to me the most was the way that Jordan Holland played. She shot the ball well, did a lot of little things, but it seemed like she was just really fired up today and got her team where they needed to be.
Yeah, it's a great sign to see when your seniors step up like that. I thought, her, Lex, and even Key when she was in the game played really hard. To be frank, Tuesday's game was embarrassing the way we played, and we all felt that way. And not to take credit away from Weber State, but we didn't play with the energy and intensity that we expect. It's been a long process this off season or the preseason here, but I'm really proud of these girls. They deserve this win. They executed the game plan, and I think a lot of it for Jordan. Today she did have extra energy, but we played her more at the 4, which we'll probably have to look at some more. I think she was energized there. I mean, she goes 16 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. That's a pretty dang good game. Yeah. But just so proud of everybody that played. They played their guts out, and just glad to get this win. And we always preach, hey, beating in-state teams is big, and so it's nice to beat the Aggies.
Yeah, you guys got conference play is right around the corner. So what would you say are some of the biggest things you guys have learned as a team that you can apply to conference play that you want to be a little bit better at as well?
Yeah, that's a great question, because that's actually, we talk about it every day. We've been talking about, hey, we know it's a learning process with the new coaching staff, and we're playing a really different style. And so our goal has been by conference to really be ready for what we want to do, and I think today was a good step. I think some of those things are being more consistent in our man defense. I thought you saw that today.
Right.
We really held their shooters down for the most part. Didn't help that, their point guard, who hadn't hit, I don't think, a 3 all year.
I know,
was 3
she
for
just
4.
went nuts.
But credit to her. I mean, she hit the shots, so that was good for her. But I think more consistency on defense, and then I think understanding just kind of basketball IQ is what we call it. The time and score when we're up here at the end of the game, I thought was really good. We managed it with 3 minutes left. We executed, but we didn't go right away. We're starting to think the game better, and I think just trust each other more. And I'm just so happy for the girls. It's been a hard couple months, to be honest with you, and they deserve this, and it's a good Christmas present. I know that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Absolutely.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having me on. Same to you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, again, that was Coach Nielsen. We'll get Dylan back on the mic here, and we'll wrap things up really quick. All right, so Dylan, Utah Valley comes away with their second victory of the season. The way that they played and the demeanor, just the body language that we saw from these girls today, it didn't seem like they have the record that they do.
Exactly. No, they came out with a lot of energy here this afternoon. And, they just wanted to win more than the Aggies. That's what it comes down to. They played with more energy for the entirety of the game. And especially on the defensive end, we saw early on they were able to get that lead early, and that was key, right?
Right.
They were able to hang on at the end, whereas typically we've seen them trailing and having to fight back. So this time they were on the opposite side, and I think it was because of the energy that they came out with here. It was above average energy, and they were able to get the victory. So it was a big win for them, and they've got a chance to get another win next week and get ready for conference play. So it's big.
Conference play is right around the corner. Before that, Utah Valley has one more non-conference game on December 28th. They'll be playing Ottawa at 12:30. So that'll be another home game here, and then they host Chicago State. So Utah Valley, they're knocking on the door to conference play. It's crazy that it's already here. But real quick, we got to give the nod to our player of the game, which was clearly Jordan Holland.